Hello, my name is Jim DeMeo, and this is A Course in Miracles. Today's date is lesson number 95. I am one self, united with my Creator. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself, one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. Can we get past the personal self to get to this divine self, this extension of God's self? You do not accept this, and you fail to realize it must be so. Only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You believe you're a body. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God and tenuously held together by its erratic and capricious maker, to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. Does not understand you, or the Son of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. Such is the ego, such is the prayer of fear. We will attempt today to be aware only of what can hear and see and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self. That self has a capital S. It's not the personal self with a small s. Reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. That's why it's capital S. In patience and in hope, we'll try again today. The use of the first 5 minutes of every working hour for practicing the idea for today has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are at present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander. If it undertakes extended practice, you have surely realized this by now. You've seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. So, the Course in Miracles is not a brainwashing. It is a mind training. Training is only effective if we want to be trained. Brainwashing is something that is imposed on us. Nothing here is imposed. There's no threat of penalty if you refuse these exercises. No. But there is something great that is held out to us as the result of mind training. And that is our advancement in peace and joy. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that, unless you're reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for today. I am one self, united with the Creator. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for today, and you have yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. I am one self, united with my Creator. Structure, then, is necessary for you at this time, planned to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. I am one self, united with my Creator. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice and salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily attached to what you already know, against learning, attached to what you already know, fearful of learning something new. We will therefore keep to the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Use the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is: a refusal to let your mistake be corrected, an unwillingness to try again. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in his teaching by your mistakes. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go. Let your mistakes go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. The tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it rather than give it power to delay our learning. It will give it power to do this, regarding it as strength and confusing strength with weakness. I think of some of the other forms of meditation, like the Zen form. So as you're at work and the first 5 minutes of the hour comes up, you don't need to stop work. Just remember, I am one with my Creator. So if you can remember that, I am oneself with my Creator, while you continue doing your work, you can hold that thought in your mind and allow the work, the lovemaking, the conversation with another person concurrently. The idea is to remember the lesson. The idea is to practice it so it becomes part of you. It doesn't have to interrupt anything. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it, rather than give it power to delay our learning. If we give it power to do so, we're regarding it as strength and a confusing strength with weakness. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and for nothing else. This is not like a father figure who punished you. This is loving, who we're not separate from, who we're extended from. Therefore, the loving is within us. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. Let all these errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware of your one self. Notice the capital S again. United with your Creator. We did not create ourselves. We're extended from the Creator. At one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Use that power. Get the miracles done. Heal those that are willing to come to you, and those that run from you. Heal them in your mind. They don't have to be present to you. That's just your ego thinking that. As you hold them in your mind, you heal them too. Allow others to heal you. Allow your healing to take place. This is the truth and nothing else is true. Today we'll affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there is no doubt that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with this assurance offered to your mind with all certainty that you can give. I am the Self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. In this part of the reading, he has italics and he has it separated off in a paragraph all by itself. It's a good one to put on your refrigerator, or right on the top of your laptop, or on the dashboard of your car. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am oneself. When I close my eyes, my wife often says, "Are you tired?" And I tell her, "I'm just resting my eyes." "No, I'm not tired." Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self, capital S, with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness of the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world and let the light in. You come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self, in perfect harmony with all there is and all there will be. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers in that self, and united with your Father in His will. Feel this one self in you. Let it shine away all your illusions and all your doubts. This is yourself, the Son of God Himself, sinless, and as its Creator, with His strength within you, and His love is forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you. That's the joy of practicing. You'll feel that self within you. That's the direct result of your practice. If you're wondering what's in it for you. You are one self, and it is given you to feel the self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind, capital M, that is this self. People wonder what this self is, or soul is, or any of this. The Course simply says it's the mind of God, the one mind of God. Ideas do not leave their source. The holy truth in you. Do not forget today, we need your help. Your little part in bringing happiness to all the world. And heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible. And understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Peace to you.